Hello, friend. This is Ryan Hicks at TalkToProfit.com, and I had someone ask about how to hold themselves to a daily practice, a daily routine. And one of the things many people do is they set routines and daily habits they want to get into, and they make it very hard on themselves. In life, you should try to make things as easy as possible for you. I'm not talking about easy where you're taking shortcuts or you're doing things that are hurting other people and to get things easier for you. But there are so many opportunities to make your life easier that many people do not avail themselves of. Now, one of the things, I'll give you an example from my life. I wanted to drink more juice shakes, like where there's protein, plant-based protein, and kale and spinach and carrots and all these things mixed together. But the problem was there's so many ingredients. And so doing that a few times a day, I would get in there and I'd be busy and it's like, oh, it's going to take me 5-10 minutes to prepare everything, blend it up and then wash it. So then I just said, I have things to do. I'll just find something easy. And then I wouldn't make the protein shake that I wanted. And so one of the things is, I said, well, I want to do this. I have to make this easy for myself. So one of the things I considered was just buying pre-made plant-based protein shakes that had all these vegetables and fruits in them that I wanted, but most of them had excessive sugar. A lot of them had apple juice for the flavoring, and they didn't have all the ingredients I wanted, so that wasn't an option. But I didn't let that dissuade me. There had to be a way to make this easy and still get my goal accomplished. And there was. So I made a large number of them, batches of these things I wanted to drink, this healthy protein shake, plant-based proteins with flaxseed and hemp oil and all these good things. And so I made a bunch of them. And then you may say, well, won't they go bad sitting in the refrigerator if you have a dozen of them made at a time? Well, yes, but there are actually containers that you can buy. And basically you pump the air out of them so they don't have that decaying process happen as fast. So they'll last until you drink them. And so that's something you can do in your life. Find ways to make things easier for yourself. If there's something you want to do and you're not doing it, is it because you've made it too difficult for yourself? Because sometimes people do that as a way of self-sabotaging. They pick a goal they want to achieve, something they want to do each day, but then they make it so difficult and hard on themselves that they're invariably going to fail. And then they say, well, but see, it was so hard. And sometimes that's the way you subconsciously will actually work against yourself and sabotage yourself. So make sure it's not what you're doing in the first place. Because maybe you've just set up the game to work against you to where you can't win. And that's not the way you should be setting up your life. Your life should be set up so you can win and can win easily. That you are victorious. That you have the victory. This is the victory that overcometh the world, even your faith. So look around, seek God, ask Him, what is a way I can do this in a way that will be easy for me, it'll be efficient, it'll be effective, and I'll get my goals reached. And if you look around, there are opportunities and ways to make whatever you're trying to do, whatever it is, if it's an exercise goal, a health goal, a weight goal, a financial goal, it doesn't matter what it is, there's a way to make that easier for you. For example, if you want to read a lot of books, but you know you don't have the time to read a number of books each day, what can you do? Well, for some people, you just need little tidbits of information from that book anyway. You don't need to read the whole book. There are books like mine, I've written mine in such a way that they're as short as possible to get to the point and get you the information you need in a condensed form so you don't have to read 200 pages to get the information. Some of my books are very long because they have to be, because the context of the information requires that. But in many cases, for the vast majority of books, I've read so many books, thousands of books over the years, and I don't know how many of them, probably a good 95%, I'm not talking about novels and things like that. I'm talking about nonfiction books. The vast majority of them could have been explained thoroughly in 10 to 20 pages, and yet they're 200, 300 pages long. Oftentimes the person repeating the point in different ways over and over and over again. There are obviously exceptions to that, but the vast majority of times that's true. That's where a service could come in where they have written summaries of these important books that you would want to read, but maybe you don't have the time. So that's a way you could effectively get that information that you want without having to read the entire book. And I'm not telling you to not read books, but I'm just telling you there's a way you can get the information and do the things you want to do in an easy way. You don't have to keep making things hard for yourself. It doesn't give you any extra points with God or your fellow man to make your life harder than it needs to be. There are many hardships that come naturally in life. There's no reason to add obstacles and roadblocks for yourself. So my friend, today I want to encourage you, in life, look around at things you're doing. Are you making it purposely harder on yourself? Obviously, you're not consciously doing this. No one sets out to purposely make their life harder and to make themselves fail. But oftentimes there are subconscious roadblocks where you're not taking easier routes just to make it harder on yourself. So I want you to think about that day, really meditate on that, and seek God's wisdom on that, and you will find those areas, tweak them, and be on your road to a more victorious life. My friend, I pray this is a blessing for you. May God bless you richly.